How's it going, everybody? It is iVisual. I hope you guys are having a beautiful day, and welcome back to another Pokemon Ultra Sun and Moon Wi-Fi battle versus Demser over here in the OU tier. So if you do enjoy these, make sure you hit that like button on the video, and the team I'm using is in the description down below if you do want to try it out. Sent to me on my Smogon profile by Justin Dude, and I used it in my 21 Hyper Offensive OU Teams Showdown video. It was like a 2-hour-long video. This team is pretty fun. It has Sticky Webs, Rack-Winded, Focus Sash, max HP, max attack. Just lead off with that, get those Sticky Webs up. As Demser leads off with the Celesteela. Turn 1 goes for the Fly Z. Not trying to mess around with Rack-Winded, trying to knock it out turn 1. But unfortunately, Araquanida is going to be Focus Sash, living on 1 HP and getting these Sticky Webs up. On top of that, this team has Stealth Rock's mild to nature Mega Garchomp with max special attack. Draco Meteor, Fire Blast, Earthquake, pretty nice coverage. So over here he goes for the Totemize, I guess trying to sweep me with Celesteela potentially. I get a nice liquidation off on the Celesteela, and he is going to knock me out with the Giga Drain and gets his Beast Boost. So he is going to be special attacking with Air Slash, Giga Drain. Don't know what his last move is. It could potentially be Hidden Power Ground. That's what I'm thinking. So you can hit T-Trans at least. Since with Air Slash and Giga Drain you don't hit T-Trans, but maybe he has Flash Cannon. That is a set as well, since maybe one of his other Pokemon can take care of Heatran for the Celesteela to sweep. But he just let off with this, so I don't know if he does. I just went to my Choice Specs Lele, and luckily he does not pack the Flash Cannon, and we were able to knock him out. In comes Tapu Fini. I want to go into Serperior because if he wants to defog, we are going to take advantage of that with our contrary ability, and we're going to raise our evasionness by 1, which is always appreciated when you run a Serperior and they defog on you, because now you can do what Serperior does best, and that is being annoying and being nasty. Serperior is one of the nastiest Pokemon I'd say in the OU tier, because it's just, you just sub, you just glare, you Leech Seed, you Leaf Storm, raise your special attack with contrary as well. That's what Leaf Storm does. And it really reminds me of why Zygarde was banned too, because Zygarde was really annoying with Glare. If you play the Ubers tier, you know how annoying Zygarde is with its Glare set and then Power Construct. But Zygarde 50% got banned from OU a little while back, and it was just, I remember it was just an annoying Pokemon that everyone didn't want to deal with in the OU tier. Me personally, I mean, I was fine with it. I like broken things just to use them, but if people want to ban it, hey, that's their tier, they can do that. But I always wonder, like, I've seen some people question if Serperior should get banned just because of how annoying it is, but I don't think it's that broken. But I'm going to show you how annoying it can be versus a Charizard Y just from 1 evasion boost. I'm fishing for a miss with that Flamethrower. It is possible because I got that evasion boost from Tapu Fini. So I'm just going to keep on subbing, and once I can get that miss, which happened right there, and with leftovers you can keep subbing because you have that residual recovery, which is always nice. Now you can go for the Glare, and then you fish for more hacks. With the Glare you can paralyze them, 25% chance for them to get full parrot, and then with that, on top of that, the evasion boost, which is really annoying for the opponent to deal with, that's for sure. I've had my fair share of dealing with Serperior. Pretty much you just gotta sack them on sometimes, because if you try to switch around, it's gonna be behind the sub, then you get Leech Seeded on. It's just a whole ordeal that you gotta deal with Serperior in the tier. Sometimes you just gotta hope that you don't get lucked and you can break through with a Pokemon that maybe can't get paralyzed. That would be really nice, but then they get Leaf Stormed on, and then they might get knocked out by Leaf Storm because, you know, you're raising your special attack over and over again by +2 every time you land a Leaf Storm. So yeah, you can see how annoying it is now, even with a 4 times resisted Pokemon Charizard Y, taking absolutely nothing from Leaf Storms, but then it's going to start snowballing, and then sooner or later your Charizard Y is gone, and Serperior is behind a substitute, +1 evasion as well still, and now he's just going to hope for a miss probably with the Leaf Storms, because it does have that 10% chance to miss, and sometimes it does happen, and your Serperior does, you know, lose out on sweeping, but then there's a bunch of more Pokemon in the back, and Serperior already, you know, maybe took out a Mon or 2, and you're just like, well, yeah, that's it. And right there, Demser does forfeit because that's all he had left for the Serperior. I mean, he did have Ferrothorn. He could have probably went Ferrothorn because I only had Glare, Leech Seed, Sub, and Leaf Storm. But at that point of the game, it was kind of just over because I got rid of his Charizard, I got rid of Cresselia, I got rid of Celesteela. All he had left was Garchomp and Ferrothorn really to do anything versus my team. He did have Feeny as well, but I still had Lele, I still had Hawlucha, I still had Blacephalon, and I still had Garchomp. So yeah, that's going to be Didi versus Demser. You can see how annoying Serp is. So next up we got is versus Kirbs. And Kirbs looking just to be running a hyper offensive team. Maybe rocks Kamo, maybe rocks Lando. Could be Z Victini, could be Z Azumarill, could be Life Orb there or Z Move. I mean, it could be a lot. A lot of his team could be a lot of things. Greninja could be Protean, could be Gash, Battle Bond. And we'll just have to wait and see. That's the beauty of the OU tier. There's so many sets. So we lead off with the Araquanid. Gonna try and get the webs up as usual, as he leads off with Landorus T. Intimidates me, so Liquidation won't do as much. But I want to go for Magicoat because I hope that he's going to go for Rocks, but he makes a very smart play going for that Stone Edge. Is it a smart play? I don't know. Sometimes it might be, because what if I just liquidated him and he might go down? Unless he's defensive, he might live. But Liquidation still does a lot because of Araquanid's Water Bubble, even after Intimidate, because Water Bubble doubles the Water-type moves that Araquanid goes for, and also helps out by never getting burnt with a Water Bubble ability, so that's pretty good dope. But since he knocked out Araquanid with the Stone Edge, that allows me to bring in Serp, and I can get a substitute off. In comes Victini, and now if this was Scarf Victini, it'd probably just go for a U-turn, break my sub, which would be really nice for him. But it is not Scarfed, and I get that beautiful Glare off, yellow color magic, and on top of that, that's a 25% chance for him to be immobilized. So now I go for Leaf Storm, trying to get that snowball effect. It doesn't matter if they resist it. Leaf Storm is still going to rack up damage. Once you get to +6 special attack, it is going to knock out Victini. So he doesn't get full parried right there. He breaks through and is able to U-turn into Kamo. Now, Kamo is one of the Pokemon that could be annoying to Serp because Kamo does have clanging scales, especially its Commonium Z. It just goes right through sub, and on top of that, it raises all the stats by 1. So that is one Pokemon that is pretty nice to play versus Serp. Now, I'm just kind of sacking my Serp at this point because if you can get the pair off on one Pokemon, then you can, kind of snowball effect it for another Pokemon. Sacking Serp allows me to bring in another Pokemon so that I can take advantage of that Paralyze. Maybe if I wanted to sub up versus Kamo with Blacephalon, maybe if I wanted to set up with Hawlucha, something like that. That's a really smart thing to do with Pokemon. Sometimes you gotta know when to sack your Pokemon so you can bring in another Pokemon to potentially sweep or just take advantage of the Pokemon that's like statused. Although he didn't go for a Clangorous Soul Blaze or anything like that. He just went for a Poison Jab and a Dragon Dance, which is odd. Poison Jab barely does anything because it's not stab, and he wasn't at +1 attack. So yeah, Serp just kind of 1v1 that Kamo. He didn't go for anything like that. I thought he would just go for the Commonium Z. He probably should have just done that, so he can actually raise his special defense as well, so he can take Leaf Storms and raise his attack too, and maybe even knock out Serp with the Commonium Z. It should probably for the range I was at. But yeah, we knocked out Victini as well. He sacked that because he probably thought that I would maybe miss or live, or he would live, but nope. In comes Gren. It turns out to be U-turn, but does not knock me out, and he sacks his Aura. So Serperior is going on a rampage as usual, just Leaf Storming everything and glaring everything. Now in comes Landorus. Let's see if this guy is going to be Choice Scarf. It is not. I don't know why he didn't go into Greninja right there. So Landorus is gone. He should have went to Greninja, so he might have a chance to knock it out again. And then he goes to Azumarill. I guess it's because he was scared of Greninja not knocking it out, but hey, that's the best shot you have to knocking out Serp. You can't just sack all your Pokemon that are slower than it, unless you're hoping for a miss, but that's 10% chance, so it's better odds to, well, maybe it's better odds to hope for a miss, because critical hit chance is only 4%, and you probably have to get a critical hit to knock me out. But he did have Dark Pulse. Maybe he's not Choice Specs, I don't know. And usually you don't see U-turn at Battle Bond anymore. Usually you would see like Ice Beam Spikes or Gunk Shot even. I rarely ever see U-turn too much, but yeah, I guess maybe he's using a old set. But he knocks me out with the critical hit Dark Pulse. I don't know if it mattered. Maybe it doesn't. If he specs, it definitely doesn't, but I don't know if he specs. So I go into Mega Garchomp. I'm just going to go for a Draco Meteor. That Dark Pulse doesn't look like specs damage, but he didn't go for a Hydro Pump or a Surf, which does more damage than Dark Pulse. Maybe just hoping for a flinch. That's probably it, because I think I can live a crit Surf. Maybe not a crit Hydro, though. But I don't know. Either way, GD to Kirbs. He got wrecked by Serperior, so yeah, I think he should have probably went for Commonium Z. If he doesn't have Commonium Z, what are you using Kamo for? either Belly Drum Select or it's Komodo EMZ, or just specially defensive Dragon Tail. That's a good set as well with Toxic, I've seen. But he was Poison Jab Dragon Dance, so I would assume he's Komodo EMZ. But yeah, last game we got is versus Didi. Didi, looking at their team, probably Mega Heracross, since you don't really see Heracross regular in OU, but I mean, you could run it if you want to, but probably standard sets is Mega Heracross and OU. And yeah, it looks like just maybe Rocks Lando, maybe Rocks Garchomp, maybe Z Garchomp. Like I said, it could be a lot of sets. Maybe I'd assume just a Soul Vest Magearna, Defog Rotom, Scarf Landorus, and Ash Battle Bond Greninja. We'll see, though, in this game. So I think I lead off with Garchomp this game. Yeah, I lead off with Garchomp instead of Rakuten because he has that Heracross, and Heracross does have the ability Skill Link, and it hits multiple times, always hitting 5 hits, and a Rakuten will go down to a Rock Blast, and I get nothing out of a Rakuten. So that's why I want to lead off with Garchomp. If you see the Pokemon that could have, you know, Skill Link, you probably want to lead off something else. So I'll lead off with Garchomp, and I shouldn't have went for Fire Blast here. I went for Draco Meteor here. Should have went for Fire Blast though, because I think that knocks out Mega Heracross. I don't know. I don't know if I thought it wouldn't knock it out, but Draco Meteor almost knocks it out, so Fire Blast definitely does. Or maybe I was just scared of it missing. I think, you know, Pokemon is a mental game, so maybe I got hacked a lot that day. I don't know. But right now, I definitely would say Fire Blast to play, especially looking at his team. I mean, he doesn't have a good switch into Garchomp. Maybe I was just hoping that he would switch too, and I would catch him with a Draco Meteor, maybe into Rotom or something like that. I don't know. Because he might have switched into Rotom. He could be max defense and try and Will-O me, something like that. But either way, I get my rocks up as he switched into Landorus. So Heracross would go down if he wants to switch in, I do believe. So he has to defog. I go into Rakuten on Landorus. Maybe I can get my webs up, but he U-turns on out into Heracross. It does take the rocks damage, so it was healthy enough to take it. I'm going to switch out a Rakuten into Garchomp as a sack, since Heracross I have no switching for, so it's smart for him to bring that in so he can pick up a knockout. But now Heracross is going to go down to rocks unless he gets the defog off. And now I go into Lele, and he has no good switch into Lele except for Magearna. So that's why I really love Choice Specs top of Lele, because Side Shock hits the defense side of Magearna, and if it's a Soul Vest, it's not really going to utilize that as Soul Vest because we're hitting the defense side of Magearna. And that's why I really love Side Shock top of Lele. He also hits Chansey really hard as well. It doesn't hit Clefable as hard unless you have Psychic, because Clefable are usually max defense in the tier. So he realizes that I'm Choice Specs from that damage output, so he goes into Greninja. Very nice play. I'm going to switch out into a Rakuten, because Rakuten would hopefully maybe take on this potential Battle Bond Gren, but he turns out to be Protean with Gunk Shot, so he misses right there. That would have been nice to hit so that he doesn't have to go for a Z-move over here. It turns out he's going to be Extra Sensory Psychic EMZ, so that's a pretty nice tech for, I guess, if you run into things like Toxapex, for example. Toxapex would get slapped by this set. Me personally, I really love the Ground EMZ set, but Ground EMZ can be played around by, like, you know, Pokemon that are immune to ground moves, obviously, like Landorus T and stuff like that. Psychic EMZ can at least hit those guys. So I go into Hawlucha because I was kind of hoping that he might be scared out by Hawlucha, but he is not going to be scared out by Hawlucha. He does not want me to get free setup, and I think it might have been actually a roll to knock me out. He get a critical hit right there with Extra Sensory and Terrain. It might have not been a roll though. Probably not, because he's, you know, Stab Psychic. But I did get that +1 in special defense, so out of Psychic Terrain I definitely probably would have lived, but not in Psychic Terrain. So that's kind of unfortunate, but at least I get Blacephalon, and he sacks his Heracross as I get a sub up. So Blacephalon, this set is Calm Mind. It's one of the standard sets for Blacephalon. A Calm Mind where you raise your speed whenever you get a knockout with your Beast Boost, because you have more speed stat than a special attack. Just enough special attack to you know, utilize enough. I think it's like 343, and the speed is like 344 for Blacephalon. But yeah, I should be able to actually sweep him with Blacephalon, because looking at his team, once I get that speed boost, that should outspeed everything, and I got enough Calm Minds up, and I had my Z move on this Blacephalon as well. Ghost EMZ, it should be able to knock out Gren, and that's the only thing that I would probably want a Z move, except for his Garchomp too. But I'm gonna get able to get 2 Calm Minds off as he goes into Rotom, and Rotom would probably have to go for Hydro Pump to knock out my sub, and he goes for a Volt Switch. So Volt Switch doesn't even knock out my sub, so I'm able to potentially raise my speed over here once I get a knockout, and I'm at +2 special attack, +2 special defense. All I need to do is knock out this Landorus, and it should be GG, because once I knock out Landorus, I should be able to outspeed Greninja, and hopefully knock out Garchomp as well. So we're just going to go for the Flamethrower, knock out this Landorus, At +2, should be able to easily raise my speed with that beast boost. And oh no, we raised our special attack. What is going on? Because we're at level 50. Dang, level 50. Level 50 messed up the Blacephalon set I have because it was meant for level 100. And just a dude, you know, he doesn't take account of level 50, you know, in Wi-Fi battle. So the stats kind of got messed up because it goes in order of, you know, I think the first one is attack, then defense, then special attack, then special defense, and speed. I was wanted to raise my speed, but since special attack and speed are at the same stat at level 50 because it rounds the numbers, at level 100 it would raise the speed because the numbers are, you know, different. They're not rounded down because we're at level 50. So that kind of messes up Blacephalon sweeping. So everything went wrong right there. It was meant for Blacephalon to sweep right there, but unfortunately we rose our special attack and speed, and Greninja is able to outspeed us. But it's not over yet. I still have Serperior, and you know how nasty Serperior is. I get to be able to sub on his Pokemon, and I knocked out Rotom right there, so gonna have to hope for some para-hacks, as usual with Serp. And looking at Serp's track record, it looks like it should be able to hopefully do something like that. So in comes Magearna, hits me with a Hidden Power Fire, I get that nice glare off, and hopefully I can get a 25% chance to, you know, get this Magearna immobilized, and I can sub on it, and hopefully, you know, just snowball effect, be behind a substitute, because I need to be behind the substitute to be able to take hits from the Greninja and knock it out, because Greninja is the only thing that would, you know, be able to knock me out. He still has that Garchomp, which hopefully is not Choice Scarf. I mean, he has Choice Scarf Landers, so I doubt it, but he could be. Oh, maybe. I mean, maybe it's Scarf Rocks. I rarely ever see that, but you never know. So I'm just trying to fish for that. Looks like I'm not getting it though, but I think I have one more sub in me with Serp, and then at that point I can't sub anymore because I don't have enough HP. So I think I will try and just not attack and not knock out the Magearna because I want him to be immobilized. So I do get them immobilized right there with the Magearna, and I go for Hidden Power Fire, just trying to hope that it can knock out Magearna. I doubt it will because its Soul Vest does absolutely nothing. I should have went for a Leaf Storm actually, because a Leaf Storm would just raise my special attack even more, and then for sure probably would knock it out with the next Hidden Power Fire. So he is able to break through, break my substitute. I go for a Leaf Storm to raise my special attack, which I should have done last time instead of Hidden Power Firing, and he does get immobilized. So I don't have enough HP to get a sub off, I think. So I wanted to not attack. Oh, I don't. I do. Okay, awesome. I think one of these turns I don't. Yeah, this one right here, because he is able to break through and break my sub. And now I don't want to attack this Magearna, because if I attack it, then I have to, you know, get knocked out by Magearna's. I mean, not Magearna's. Greninja's Extra Sensory. So right there, I do get a nice 25% chance. I have to hope for another one. I'm just spamming Glare just in case. Maybe if he, you know, doesn't stay in, you know, if he goes in Greninja, I get that Glare off, and then I win the game 100%. If I get a Glare off on Garchomp, then I have to hope for Immobilize on that too. But unfortunately, I do not get it. He's able to knock me out. Hopefully, you guys understand that. Like, what if I explained that correctly? Like I said, if I knocked out Magearna, Greninja will just knock me out. So that's the best option I would have to win the game. So now it's all up to Choice Specs Lele. I knock out the Magearna right there. In comes Garchomp. He's actually slower than me, which is odd. I thought he would be faster. So I guess he's maybe defensive Garchomp, I'd assume. That's the only thing I would assume. Maybe Rocky Helmet, Stealth Rock, Garchomp. Yeah, probably. So I gotta hope for a miss with this Greninja. Can it miss? Nope, it cannot. And that is gonna knock out Lele with the Gunk Shot, because he is a mixed Greninja with Gunk Shot Extra Sensory, which is a pretty nice set. And that is pretty much a GG versus Didi. Could have won though with the Blacephalon, but dang, level 50. I gotta take into account to level 50 and level 100 and the EVs, because the EVs were just enough for the speed to be raised at level 100, but not just enough at level 50, because they were the same stat at level 50 because of that dang rounding down at level 50 and what it does. And level 50 does have more damage rules as well. But that's going to be it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, do your thing. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Links is in the description down below. And I did have some more games with Didi, but he said he dropped his DS, which is unfortunate, and then it disconnected. I got some really good games too, but oh well. It's unfortunate. If only we could save games even when people disconnect. That would be ideal in Sword and Shield. Please, Game Freak. Please. Please. Or I just gotta record literally every single game, which I'm too lazy to do, but I probably should. Alright, peace.